Okay, so you choose React.js to learn in 21 days. It's overwhelming, but not for you. And there is two main reasons. First of all, you believed it and clicked the video. You are halfway there. And second, I'm gonna take you through a step-by-step roadmap to help you master React.js in just 21 days. However, I'm gonna give you a free action plan calendar as a bonus somewhere in this video, so don't skip any part. And I can guarantee you that if you follow the exact steps I'm providing in this video, you will be an industry-ready React.js developer in way lesser time you expected. But first, it's important to know why React is the most popular choice for every front-end designer and most of startup and industries like Facebook, Instagram, PayPal, Yahoo, Airbnb, Netflix, and every famous website you can think of is made with React. Before learning React, you also need to know what is React.js actually and how it's a better option rather than a plain JavaScript or HTML. And now there is so many reasons, but again, two main reasons are React have a component-based architecture. Actually, React application is made up of components, which are basically reusable UI, like buttons, forms, or intersections. So you can reuse the component wherever you want. It makes project less time consuming and compatible for updating. Second, it uses virtual DOM. And virtual DOM seems a complex word, but in simple word, it calculates the previous and current version of UI and update the only part being changed. So it just makes updating UI more dynamic. Now I divided complete React.js in 9 chapters and each chapter contains little topics. So you might need a notebook before move on to next. So starting with chapter 0, understanding how React works under the hood. As a React.js developer, you obviously need to understand how React works under the hood. And if you think React is a framework like AngularJS, it's not. React is just a JavaScript library. And React uses TypeScript instead of a normal JavaScript for rendering components. Now, TypeScript uses all the methods and syntax of JavaScript, so if you know JavaScript well, you don't have any problem with TypeScript. So in that note, our second chapter is JavaScript Fundamentals for React.js. Here we don't need to cover entire JavaScript, but I picked some of topics that would be enough to move on React. Those are first, variable and scoping. For every programming language, you must need to know how to declare variables and what are the scopes here. Second, JavaScript arrow functions. JavaScript has a shorter way to write a function and you need to learn about it. Third is array handling, where you have to learn about how to add, delete or replace elements in array and much more. Next, you need to learn about objects and classes. It's so important and JavaScript is an object-oriented programming language, so obviously you need to learn how to define an object and much more about classes and constructors. Last, you need to know about promises and async methods. Later, it will help you to backend database operations and API handles and so many other complex projects. Now, your React.js journey has been started with chapter 2, React Basics. Here the topics we have to cover, those are introduction and environment setup, where we have to set up your VS Code and Node.js and decorate the VS Code as you like, cause you're gonna spend most of your time here. Second, okay, let's assume you got a blank React project. Next concept you wanna learn is concept of JSX and rendering. Learn about JSX and how to say your first hello world with it. Third, props and states. Props and states are one of the important concepts in the React. These basically stores information about the components. Next, you have to learn its event handling and conditional rendering. And fifth, there is another concept that's not so important, but still you have to learn it. That is controlled and uncontrolled components. Okay, now I have something for you that would help you through your React.js journey. You can join our upcoming batch on 21 days React.js program, where we will take you from JavaScript basics to advanced React.js with daily lessons, exercises, and interview preps. Lastly, you will get a certificate to showcase on your resume, and I can't wait to see you there. But hey, that's not gonna happen if you don't check out the description. Chapter 3 is completely on states and hooks. States are just something where you can hold your information like a variable, and hooks are something that lets you hook into a React states. So React is basically all about states and hooks, and you can learn it. But still, here are some topics that are more important and you must have to do. First, all React hooks introduction. Know about all React hooks and their functions. Second, use state and use effect. These are two main hooks that you're gonna use, so learn about them. Third, use context. This is a special hooks for managing and sending states into one component to another. So when you're gonna learn about Redux later, this concept will help you. So mark it as important. Local storage. Now local storage is a way to save data locally in your browser. It's also important topics in certain cases like saving authentication data, layout, theme, etc. So websites use this technique to speed up the website loading, and it's an easy topic. So just learn about in short. Fifth, custom hook. Here you can create your own custom hook, so it's important too. Speaking of importance in front-end designing, one more thing is important, that is styling and animations. So chapter 4 is all about styling and animation. Now here you don't have to learn everything at once, it will come to you as you practice more. But these are some topics you have to learn to get started. First, if you never touched CSS, learn it, it's necessary. Then second, when you master CSS, learn about Tailwind CSS and it will help you to write CSS faster. Third, I have picked an universal library that I liked, is GSAP. Now it's a great powerful tool, you can do almost any innovation with it as you want. For lastly, you should have a little knowledge about UI, so learn a short videos on UI, it will be enough to get started. Our next is all about why we React use, and that is router. So chapter 5, React router. React router helps to navigate between components and pages without reloading the whole web page. Okay, now we came across half of our way. So next chapter will not do any learning but practice and try to make a full working website. So chapter 6, I have selected a prompt, that is making a simple cafe website, but of course you can make any other business website you want, but keep the description simple and beginner friendly. While we finish our first project, now we should move on to little complex like API and data fetching from cloud. So next chapter will be our chapter 7, working with API. Here you can learn Access. It's simple but it will be enough to handle APIs. Now we're gonna learn the most important chapter in React. Many companies looking for this skill into a candidate, and that is Redux. However, in short, Redux is a state management library. Now Redux is made with so many topics, but here a couple of them are most important and mostly used in a project. Like 1. Redux introduction. Know about Redux before learn it. Second, Redux Toolkit. This is a main tool how you can use Redux. Third, Redux Thunk. Redux Thunk is a middleware to handle again APIs and cloud data. It's a little complex, but it's really important for Redux. And if you just master Redux Toolkit and Redux Thunk, you are good to go for next chapter. But first, here is also an important thing you have to do for practicing Redux, that is to make an e-commerce cart management system with Redux. And now you have mostly learned front-end part of React. So chapter 9 will be miscellaneous and about learning more useful random things in React. But first I talked about an action plan calendar, and here it is. And by the way, all the chapters I covered, we're gonna learn these chapters on our upcoming batch with a 21-day journey along with other things. So just check it out. However, let's go to chapter 9 and I picked 4 topics. That is first React Spring, second React DND, third React Select, and fourth is the lazy load. And later, you will discover more as you grow in frontend. And remember, keep learning, but it's just a guidance to help you keep in the track.